Okay, hello everyone. As you see, the layout of this video is a little bit different than the videos that I normally do, and that is because I want to use this video for something different. What I want to do is to try to explain how we can use a chess engine like Fritz or Rivka or any other engine, how we can use them to learn more and understand chess better. The position that you see here on the board is a position that I, let's say, borrowed from a game of another chess player that makes videos here on YouTube, and he asked me to analyze this position because in the game he played Queen F3, and that is a blunder, since after Queen to E6 Black has this double threat taking on D7 and the mate threat on E1, so this was a sudden end of the game. And now if I take my engine like that, and we see the different variations that the engine gives, one thing that many players do when they analyze their own games is that they have a look at it very quickly and they see, like for example here, knight to G5, Queen C6, Queen H5, Queen takes E7, Queen takes H7 check, and it has a value of 2.08. That means that this is almost winning for white, and then they stop and they think, okay, that's what I should have done, finished. Now doing that, we don't learn a lot. We learned almost nothing. The only way of learning from an engine when we use it to analyze our games is by asking ourselves what are the patterns and what are the positional concepts in the position that help us find the right move. For example, in this case, if we first don't look at any variation, we simply look at the position, and we see that there is an undefended rook here, there is another undefended piece here. We also see that the black king is kind of an open space, so it can be vulnerable. We also see that this rook is placed on the 7th rank. We see a knight on F7, and we also see that Black has two pieces here that are, let's say, far away from the defense of the king. Now, if we take these items in mind, we can see that, okay, because the rook is undefended, I must be careful of not losing it. The move Queen to F3 gives away the square E6, so then the queen can attack it and have this double threat. We can also ask ourselves, okay, if we now use the engine and look at this variation, the engine says that knight to G5 would be a very good move, but let's examine first why. The knight on F5 opens the 7th rank. That's one fact. Another fact is that it attacks H7, and another fact is that it opens this diagonal. That means, this last item, that if we could get our queen to D5, then we would have a double attack. So these are the aspects of the move knight to G5. Now let's have a look at the variation that Fritz proposes. He says Queen to C6, attacking the rook. And now he says a good move would be Queen to H5. The rook is taken, but then Queen takes H7, King F8, Queen H8 check, King to E7, and then we have this undefended rook that is taken also. So with white, if we evaluate the position now, with white we have won one more pawn, so we have 6 pawns against 4 pawns, two of the pawns of black are isolated and the king is in the center. Now we still have to keep an eye of this possible back rank mates, but the position is better for white. Now let's go back, because one thing that's very important now, actually the most important thing now, is that when I get into this kind of analysis and I see that Fritz finds a way of winning, I ask myself the question, in what way should I think during a game in this position to find the move knight to g5 myself? Because it would be too easy to simply accept, okay, Fritz says knight g5 is a good move, so okay, I'll do it, and that would have been the way of winning. But then we don't learn anything. The way of learning is, okay, how should my thought process be to understand that knight to g5 was a good move? And then we get to these positional ideas of that, what I explained before, that the rook is on the 7th rank, and that the king is unsafe, that this rook is undefended, and that the queen and the bishop are far away from defending the black king, and that there is here an undefended pawn also. And if we look at this triangle, we see that, okay, maybe a queen on d5 could be an idea. So then we start thinking, how can I get my queen to d5, or how can I use my pieces in such a way that I can exploit the effects of the position. We also see that h7 can be a point of attacking, but especially this diagonal is interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean of course this. So in that way, this concepts, these positional concepts, and these tactical items in the position help us to bring our thoughts towards a move like knight to g5. Because what does knight g5 do? It opens this diagonal for the check, it attacks h7, and then after, if we see this, we can understand that, hey, a move like queen h5 is available, and also a move like queen e5 to take on d5. So this is actually the way that you can use an engine, a chess engine, to help you learn and to help you analyze. But the most important thing I find is to ask yourself the question, how should I have thought during the game to find the right move? What are the patterns? What are the concepts in the position? What are the these items that I have to think about? If you understand that, then you will be able to do that in a real game, in the next game. It will be of course a different position, but it are the same kind of thoughts that you have to use. What are the characteristics of the position, and how can I make a plan around these characteristics of the position? Okay, that's what I wanted to explain, and I hope you will find this useful. Thank you. Bye bye.